Hey guys, this is Andrew from Lead Hype, and I'm making a CRM overview video of where I think CRMs are and where they're going. It's pretty late. It's like 11 p.m. I'm a bit tired today, and this is when I find myself drinking Red Bulls or coffee and powering through it and staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning. So, what the hell is a CRM? So, one of my buddies, Caleb's, he's one of these underground people that never talks publicly. He showed me this link. Shouts Caleb. He showed me this link, and it's about Platformly, which was a lifetime deal released in 2019 that he dumped a whole bunch of money into. So I figured, what the hell, I'll check it out, and it really is what inspired this whole video. So I'm checking it out. It's pretty standard CRM stuff. Sales pipeline, deals. You add a deal just like Pipedrive. Blah blah blah. And standard deal stages up here, deal activities, what you have to do with the contact, blah blah blah. But what inspired me was this little funnel diagram here. So this is like actually really excited me. This picture excited me. All right, so this whole picture is what inspired me to do this video, just so you guys know how crazy and nerdy I am. So so right here, you have a trigger. This says triggers, right? So something triggered. You might have a new contact, and you put a delay, and then you put a fork, and you do two things based on what they do. And the whole thing about this is a very visual way to create like a bubble chart, like on a whiteboard, like people normally do, of a follow-up sequence by clicking and dragging and adding stuff to your flow chart of your follow-up campaign. And I do a lot of these myself, using draw.io to make bubble charts, um, and whatnot. And here you are actually able to make a bubble chart, but make the bubbles real and actually do things in the same place, which is really cool. And what this is being called is the no code movement, where you don't have to code to be able to program automations and triggers and sequences like this. Which brings me to Mr. Chris Dancy. Um, so Chris, I've had the pleasure of speaking to him a few times, and he is really a genius. So if you're familiar with Airtable, Airtable is like a smart spreadsheet, and inside of each row, you're able to integrate API connections to other pieces of data, pull all that data into one spreadsheet, and have it calculate each other. So if you could just picture what that is, you could put your whole life into one of these spreadsheets, as did Mr. Dancy over here. And he has his whole life in Airtable, which is insane. So this had to be programmed using, Zapier APIs and everything, and a lot of thinking had to go into it to get his life into here. When it comes to managing people inside of here, you create some sort of easy to see, visually appealing whiteboard bubble chart. So Chris has everything in here, from his entities to his vendors, customers, engagements, services, references, blah 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 blah. If you want to find this is the most advanced Airtable I've ever seen video. It talks about his goals, and if you scroll through this, it has this guy Chris is amazing. He has all these sensors. He actually wears sensors on him so he could keep track of his trends, his life trends. He calls this program his life stack. It's literally his life, everything about his life in one dashboard. And he has, tasks that he has to do and when they're due, colored by priorities. And he also has this wrapped into customers, which ties back into CRM. Like, this is a CRM managed customers. This goes 10 steps further, manages his life. But My point, I apologize. My point is he has a CRM in here, and he actually manages everything they could think of. It's a great video. Check it out. So he does everything in Airtable. This is the most extreme version of a life CRM to manage your life clients, finances, everything you can imagine, insurances. So if this is a real simple no code movement, which Chris introduced me to, the no code movement, um, Go High Level is a company that wants to offer everything, similar to how Chris has everything, but just business based. And he has email, email marketing, SMS, sales funnels. Feel free to pause this page, but it's supposed to offer all these services, and it's pretty. The last time I built it. We did spend some time in it. I think I closed it. I spent some time in this building it out, and I wasn't too happy with the functionality. I was on the trial account in the 297. I think I spent, hours upon hours overnight, just like I am tonight, just doing a deep dive into it, building it out as far as I could. And I wasn't happy with what I was able to customize because I build extreme funnels, or not funnels, but extreme data. I hoard customer data. When someone found me, how they found me, how much money they spent with me, blah blah blah. It goes on and on. The data that I have on people that I speak with to keep a database of people. And this program wasn't able to do that as customized as I'd like. I think this is going to be one of the next big CRMs if they keep dumping money into it. For example, the example I use all the time is, do you believe that this is Active Campaign and MailChimp? Do you believe that Go High Level dumped more money into developing their Active Campaign and MailChimp than Go High Level did? Do you think that this tool is more powerful than what they're giving you here? Do you think that it's more powerful than ClickFunnels? How much money do you think ClickFunnels dumped into developing ClickFunnels or Wix or WordPress? Is it stronger than WordPress? Does this tool? This is Calendly. I think this is Schedule Once and Pipedrive. Do you think that all these tools that it's saying that it can do, it can do, are they stronger or just as strong, or at least even 80% as strong as Go High Level's all-in-one solution? And at this point, my belief is that they are not. After playing around with this quite a bit, I think it has the potential to get 90% there. And if it can get 90% there, I think it'd be a great investment. But I'm just not comfortable with it currently, which brings me to what I am comfortable which is Pipedrive, and these are a list of tasks that I have open actually. Um, Here's one of our finance campaigns that we're running, which is really cool. If you let it load for a sec. Podio's old school. So I got into Podio just to keep you entertained, I guess. I got into Podio in 2014 when I first started doing real estate investing. We dumped, a whole bunch of money into those We Buy Houses, yellow letters, direct mail pieces. Sent out direct mail. People called me. We had too many phone calls, and I couldn't keep track of who I spoke to and what I spoke to them about. I put the data in spreadsheets. From spreadsheets, it started going crazy. I couldn't manage the chaos, which is what I like to do. So I couldn't manage the chaos, and I found what other people are doing that are, way more advanced than me. And what they were doing was using a tool called Podio back in 2014. And it has so many automations that we simply haven't been able to leave it yet because of how customized we can make it. For example, this is an add-on to Podio, and there's so many automations that you could do. Procfoo.com if you just want to see, and you click the little scripts button at the top up here. The Google one's super powerful. So inside of Podio, like say a new client pays you for a web design service, you could automatically create a new Google Drive folder, and then you could automatically create a doc. Where is it? Create a new Google Doc or a sheet, and then you could get the URL. It's a get. You basically get the URL and copy it back into the CRM field. So, for example, you could get all this data, and the Google URL will end up back here automatically. You'll create a blank one and push it back into here. After you push it back into here, you could send an email to the customer and say, hey, here's the Google document that I need you to fill out, or here's the spreadsheet I need you to fill out. Super powerful stuff. It has API integration into nearly anything. You pull data from anything. Here's a oh, my buddy doesn't get mad at me for this. Here's a cold calling campaign we're running right now. We got a couple leads 6 hours ago. This is a property address automatically pulled up data from Zillow. Actually, this might be inside of Podio natively, but we're able to pull Zillow data. Everything automatically happens once we enter this prospect into Podio. And it's basically a long form, and we go fill out the form of the lead as we speak to them. We set an appointment and whatnot. You see, we could send a text message to this person. We could send them an email. We could send them an offer with a contract that they have to sign. Schedule an appointment. So powerful stuff just inside of here. So that's really cool and all. And this is where we're living currently because we haven't found anything better yet. This is what a CRM that I built for agencies. What happens is for cold calling. So when I cold email people. So when I cold email people, they reply. I literally click a label inside of Gmail, and the label uses Zapier to push the client into here. Once it's into here, I have all the raw data of this person into here, and I match their email address, which is here. So it pulls their email from here, from the raw data, extracts it to this field. Once it's in this field, Podio automatically searches this field for my raw data, and it matches them. And then once it matches them, it has all this raw data. It pulls it into here automatically. So I have all their raw data, their LinkedIn URL. Really cool stuff. And I can't do that in these other programs yet. I believe that we can in the future. So, here's my goal, high level. I think it's I haven't paid it, so I think that's why it's not showing me all my whatever. I'm bored with that. That being said, here's close.io. Now, this tool is the next tool. Whenever I decide that I'm bored with Podio, and I do this stuff all the time, I'm gonna come in here, fully build this thing out. This is a pretty cool tool. Now, what I like about Close, and it's actually pretty pricey. That's why I'm not Right now we're paying $24 for all these freaking campaigns going on at once. It's insane. You only have to pay $24 a month. Per user. See, we pay $24 a month for everyone in our one time. Bulk email, power dialer. See, per user, call recordings, which you'd want. They're really pushing you up to $145 a month. If I'm using a power dialer, I want to record the calls. Predictive Dialer inside a CRM is super badass. So what's cool about this tool is that it has this thing called Smart Views, and it literally tells you what to do. And that's why this tool is so powerful. You literally click this button. It's going to have a list. Let me just create someone. So here, and what we're going to do is create an activity to call this person. And this is very open, like it has open APIs like Podio. So I created an activity. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, here it is. So now what happens is during my day, I literally just sit here and call this person and call the next person, call the next person. It's pretty cool. Um, we have some similar automation set up in Podio, where automatically we have call attempts, and they're basically buttons. It's like this: call attempt 1, call attempt 2, call attempt 3, call attempt 4, call attempt 5. So we called, they didn't answer, we click this button. They called, they didn't answer, we click this button, and then it literally will send an email and set a task to call them 2 days later, and that's our follow-up method. But inside of here, it's a lot more clean. The user interface of Podio is super ugly. Inside of close, and I'm wondering the type of person to watch me ramble on. Cheers to you. I'm very feel lonely over here. Obsessed with CRMs. Um, Leads to call. So this basically, what it could do is it could set up a power dialer if you have a long list, and you could just power dial through all the people that you have to call. And then after you're done calling them, you set up activities to follow up with them until you close them. So this is, pretty cool. Click and drag. Um, this is super powerful. Now I'm going to bring you to another video. This dude. Um, so another tool that we use is called Process Street. And inside of Close, see, this is a fully built out one. He has this button, so you could create a URL, a hyperlink rather. You create a hyperlink here and click the button, which is a trigger. So he's going to click it inside of Process Street. So it pulled all this data automatically from close.io and pushed it into here. And this is a checklist program, Process Street, which we use on repetitive tasks. So we basically create a checklist that we have to do. And say that you have a repetitive task, this will create a checklist. And it's literally uploading. And this is super powerful with this is Zapier right here. This is super boring video, but it's pure gold if you're into this stuff. Advanced workflow automation webinar. It only has 3,715 views. Go figure, right? Monday.com probably has millions. And this is really how you build an automated checklist. And this tool could automatically send emails and send. It could. This tool could trigger other tools to start sending whatever you want, proposals, anything you want. So that's why it's super powerful if you need a CRM plus a checklist for managing client deliverables. That's why it's super cool. Which brings us to Podio, which is I think this Podio might have came out first. I don't know. It also has a smart view of activities that you're supposed to do for the day called activities. But it doesn't have a power dialer to blast through these. It has a lot of add-on programs that you could buy, but it's not powerful. This is a great tool if you're a very small company, in my opinion. Let me put a disclaimer. If you're a small company, this could be helpful. Call temp 1 to 5, contact made, follow up 1 2 3. Oops, this was an actual something I built out, but same thing. So it's just not as powerful as you like. You could connect your email to it, which I guess is cool. You can see all my Lemlist stuff here, since you can't filter this. Can't even filter this. I mean, it's really crap. They have so much money, this company, and it's just, I don't want to say it's crap. It's just not where it should be. Why could I develop something in Podio that's stronger than everything that they have here? You know. So not a big fan of Pipedrive anymore. I I do CRM consulting, so if someone asks me if they cannot stand, Podio, and they have a small company with not much volume, I push them into Pipedrive simply because it's something easy for them to see, and it's a lot better than a spreadsheet, and you could still create your daily activities of what you need to do. So, like for this guy, for example, if you needed to create an activity, you could, make a call. You're going to have a call on what time and date. Got it. Blah blah blah. With this person. That's my developer there. And you could send emails. You could actually email him through here, which is pretty cool. Without leaving your account, you could type an email and actually have a template. This is a bit laggy, huh? It's glitchy. Let's see if I made a template. Oh, it's not letting me because it's not connected. So yeah, you basically have templates. It's all right, and then it'll keep track of all your communications with the client, similar to Close. We custom make this inside of this program. Like we custom make all this stuff to populate in here. Um, I think this was just a sample. Trust me when I say it, this is not one of my cold emails that I wrote. This is crap. Anyway, so that's basically my CRM life. Hashtag CRM life, right? All inspired by Platformly. If we could bring it all back to this, it's so easy that the reason that I have Jason on my team is a great guy. Love working with Jason. Is that he does all this stuff for me simply because I can't do it. How Jason and I work is I literally build out logic. Here's an example. I literally type this stuff out because I don't know how to code. So here's one of my logics. Once a new record is imported into lemless replies in Airtable, what I'm saying is when I create a Gmail label to push leads from Gmail to Airtable, I also need you to pull LinkedIn URL, phone number if we have it, and do all this other stuff. All this stuff that I know what I need done, but I'm incapable of doing it because I don't know how to use Zapier. I could learn, don't get me wrong, I just choose not to. And there's a lot of bugs and it takes a lot of time. So my whole point when something like this drops and actually comes out, Pipedrive has something similar, but it's just not where it should be. They have some real basic automations, if-then logics. Here's something I'm able to make. So a deal triggered when a new deal comes in the pipeline and it's in stage lead in, create an activity to do something, call them or whatever I want. So I mean, review the client, blah blah. I'm losing myself. I might be losing you guys here, but this is so much more powerful. If you could tag SMS and everything like that. Another cool tool is a sales pipe. See, I think it's PYPE, which first gave me this similar to a Platformly like he was showing. This is targeted at a lot of real estate guys use this. lead distribution rules, round robin, first to claim. So you could build sequences of email marketing, video email, which I'm actually gonna. That's new. I'm gonna play around with that. Text message, ringless voicemail. I'm not sure what they mean by call bridge per user. So it's similar where you could build out automations. I wish they showed a video. I wish they showed one of these bubble charts. They have something similar. You know, send what it does is you create a trigger, send text message, wait 5 days, send email, wait 2 days, send text, send ringless voicemail. So I mean, all these tools are getting there. Where I think the industry is going is here. The first person to really develop a real badass, and if I had the time and expertise to build it, I would be building one of these CRMs to build a tool like this, like a real enterprise level tool. I mean, this is where it's going. I'm still sure at the end of the day, using APIs and all these integrations, I could still build something more badass here than I can in here. I think within the next 5 years we'll have some really cool tools coming out, and then I'll be promoting those. Hope I didn't bore you guys half to death, but it's my CRM life.